Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channels. Today we will learn about how to write test cases. So let's get started. So first of all, we will learn about what is software testing. This is an overview. I have created a detailed video on that previously. So I will just go through on the short. So software testing is the processes of validating and verifying the functionality of software application. Its primary goal is to ensure that the software operates without error, bug or issue and that delivers the expected output to the user. Additionally, software testing is not just about identifying fault, it also involves enhancing the software in terms of efficiency, usability and accuracy. To conduct testing, software tester uses standard format known as test cases. So what is test case? A test case is a structure format used in software testing to verify whether an application or software function correctly. It comprises a set of conditions that are checked to ensure that the software performs as expected. In simpler terms, a test case validates if the actual output matches the expected output under a specific condition. So there are some parameters of the test case. We will see detail on that, but these are just some parameters that we used in the test case format. So first is module name that identify the functionality being tested. Test case ID, that is the unique identifier for each test condition. Tester name, here we will be who will be going to the test, the name of the tester, name of the individual conducting the test. Test scenario, brief description provided an overview of test case. Test case description, condition to be checked. Suppose validation of numeric input of an age field. Test step, detailed step to execute the test. Prerequisite, this is very important, condition required before the test case be conducted. Test priority, importance of sequence of test execution. Test data, input used in the test. Test expected result, expected outcome of the test. Test parameters, parameter specific to the test cases. Environment information, detail of the test environment. Suppose which is the environment, like what the software we are using, what is the OS we are using, and the last is status. Status means result status, pass fail or it not applicable. There are multiple status. Then next is comments, remark and feedback for improving the software. So let's get started to comparing between test case and test scenarios. So first test case we will see as term of definition, a defined format for software testing to check if an application software module is working, but in scenario provide a brief description of action based on the use case. Detail with multiple parameter, but brief, often one liner statement. Involve low level action, involve high level action. Derived from, often derived from test scenarios, derived from document like BRS, SRS, like business requirement. And first we will be creating the test scenario, then we will coming into test cases. What is the objective? Focus on what to test and how to test. Focus more on what to test. It require more resource for documentation and execution, require fewer resources. Like here we will be creating test cases, then after if there is any bug, then we will create a defect for defect report. So like that documentation will be more here. Input include positive and negative inputs, expected result, navigation step, etc. Typically consist of one liner statements. Require more time compared to the test scenario, require less time. Here more time because we will be writing the test cases on the basis of test scenario. So once a test scenario can be have multiple test cases, can be harder to maintain, require less time for maintenance. When do we write test cases? So there are 3 points that we need to take care of. First is before development. Test case can be written prior to coding to identify product software requirement and facilitate testing once development is completed. Next is after development. Test cases are also written after developing a product software or a feature, but before launch to test the functionality of those feature. Third is during development. Sometimes test cases are written concurrently with the development. This allows for the immediate testing as each module software component is completed. Test, test case plays a crucial role in software engineering as they define the testing process. So they are essential for several reasons. So why write test cases? So first point is meeting customer expectation. Test case ensure that software meets specific requirement. Ensuring consistency. Test case verify that the software function consistency under various conditions. Streamline software update. Test case help identify necessary update and streamline the update process. Maintaining test execution consistency. Well documented test case enable tester to maintain consistency in executing tests. They provide a clear roadmap for testing the application. Aiding in maintenance. Detailed test cases are valuable during the maintenance phase as they provide insight into the software behavior and aid in troubleshooting. So this is the test case template that we are seeing here. Next we will see how we can put it into Excel, but these are the mandatory, but it based on the company criteria, but these fields are very mandatory that we are going to see now. First will be the test case ID, that you need to identify the test case. So every test case will be different test case ID. Test case description. Description of the purpose and scope of the test case. So description is very important because whenever we create a test case, so by looking into the description only we'll get to know what is this about. So precondition. This is called as prerequisite as well. Condition that must be met before the test case can be executed. Test step. Detailed step to be followed to execute the test case. So there can be multiple steps to perform a particular scenario. Test data. Input data required for the test case. Expected result. Expected outcome or behavior after executing the test case. Post condition. Condition that should be true after the test case is executed successfully. Actual result. Outcome or behavior observed during the test case execution. Then the status. Pass or fail. If expected result and actual result are same, then it will be pass. If it is different, then it will be fail. Project name. Name of the project to which the test case belongs. Module name. Name of the module or component being tested. Reference document. Path or location of any reference document related to the test case. Created by. Name of the tester who created the test case. Date of creation. Date when the test case was created. Reviewed by. Name of the tester who reviewed the test case. Date of review. Date when the test case was reviewed. Executed by. Name of the tester who executed the test case. Date of the execution. Date when the test case was executed. Comment. Additional note or comment about the test case. So show you, as already we have seen these steps here, so it will be easy to relate here. So how we will be creating in the Excel. Suppose we are testing the login functionality, so how we will be creating the test cases. So this we have seen already: module name, test case ID, tester name, test case description, prerequisite, tester name, environment information. So this should be in the top of the Excel. So then test scenario. Here we will be writing the test scenario, what we are going to test. Test case ID 1, test step. So step can be multiple steps that to required for the any test case. Enter username, enter password, click on login. So here we will be giving the test data, that is test input, what is the expected result, what is the actual result, and status and comment. So like that we need to create the test case template. Best practices for writing test cases. So it should be simplicity and clarity. Test case should be concise, clear, and easy to understand for all stakeholders. So it should be easy, so anybody can pick the any test case and they can able to understand that. Second is unique requirement. Ensure that each test case address a unique Ensure that each test case address a unique requirement or scenario, avoiding repetition. Avoid assumption. Test case should not include assumed data or feature that do not exist. Test case should be traceable back to requirement, feature reference, and verification. So there we should always link our test cases to the test case scenario. Consider all positive possible types of input data while writing test case to ensure thorough testing. Used descriptive module name that clearly indicate the functionality being tested. Keep test case description brief yet informative, provide a basic overview. Include test case for all possible conditions to increase effectiveness. Ensure that test case align with client, customer, and end user requirement. Test case should consistently provide the same result when executed. Employ various testing technique and test case to cover all aspects of the software. Write test case with the end user in the mind, ensuring they meet customer requirement. Use a unique test case ID following a naming convention for better organization and understanding. Clearly define precondition and postcondition for each test cases. Create test cases that are reusable, can be easily updated as requirement change. Clearly specify the expected outcome for each test step to validate the software's behavior. So there are some test case management tool that we can use for managing the test cases. The test case management tool are automated solution that streamline test case management, reducing the time and effort required compared to the traditional methods. This tool offer advanced features such as dashboard, bug tracking, progress tracking, custom test case template, integration capability, guest test invitation, and team requirement and plan management. Some popular test case management tools are this: TestPad. TestPad simplify test case management with features like manual testing, report generation, drag and drop functionality for ease of use, guest tester invitation via mail, customizable template, and more. Secondly, Test Case Lab. Test Case Lab offer easy management of test case and seamless integration with the bug tracker. It feature customized test cases, test run, integration capability, test plan, tagging and prioritization of the test case, and more. Test Rail. Test Rail streamline test case management processes and provide greater visibility into QA progress. Its features include test case plan and run management, enhanced test coverage, real-time insight into QA progress, and more. Next is test log. Test log allow team to manage requirement, test plan, test cases, and test run in the single user-friendly platform with no user limit. It offers features such as test plan, test run, and a dashboard, test suite, and more. So there could be two types of test cases, that is formal and informal. So formal test case adhere to structure format including parameters such as condition, ID, module name, etc. that we have seen earlier. They have predefined input data and expected result and are executed in the specified order of step. Second is informal test cases. Informal test cases are not structured according to the predefined format. They are often written in real time as tests are performed without pre-writing them. Input data and expected result are not predefined in informal test cases. So here are some example for types of testing like unit testing, functionality testing, and user acceptance testing. Suppose here we are check if the username field accept input of 13 character. Test step give input, then suppose we are putting these gigs for gigs, text expected result except for 13 character, actual result also same, then it is pass. For functionality test case, how we will be writing? We will be checking for the functionality username and password and click on the login. Then it is login successfully, pass. And incorrect username and password, then it should be enter username gigs for login unsuccessfully. So this test case is also pass. This is user acceptance test case. Here check if the loading page load efficiently for the client. Click on login, then there is no input required. Welcome to the login page, the actual result is same. Welcome to the login page is fail. Login page not loaded due to browser issue. That is all about how to write test cases. So these are the point we need to take care about while writing the test cases. So thanks for watching.